In today's tutorial, we're going to be going over the head swipe to headstand, mastering the integration of the head swipe. As I've said before, a move not integrated into your craft, into your breaking, is absolutely useless. And the same is true for the head swipe. If you can get the head swipe to headstand, it will make it so much easier getting this move, the head swipe, to all the other categories. They would be to standing or top rock, footwork, freezes, and power moves. Let's check out some demonstrations of me doing the head swipe to the following move. Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm AJ47 from Soul Mavericks Crew. And before we get into this tutorial, I want to say a massive shout out to anyone that has supported me either via PayPal or liking or sharing the video. Guys, it is truly appreciated. Alternatively, if you'd like to take some classes with me, which is you get first-hand knowledge from me, you can hit me up either for privates or for group sessions, again via my email. I've made 2 tutorials on the head swipe already. The first one was teaching you how to get your first head swipe, and it also gave you a beginner's version. The second tutorial taught you how to do multiple head swipes. This move is also known as the head track, just so you know. And in some places called a grub. I don't see the correlation, but hey, grub. Some people call it the grub. The order of training should be that you learn the first head swipe and the beginner's version of the head swipe. That tutorial I've already made, it's here. You can check it out here, or it's linked in the description down below, clearly marked. The second goal, get your basic head swipe to a freeze, the basic baby freeze or chair freeze. The third would be to acquire multiple head swipes. To gain multiple head swipes, as I've discussed in my tutorial linked above, all you'd have to do really is learn the head swipe to freeze, especially a chair freeze. Once you've got it to a chair freeze, it's literally just repeating the same process again and again, thus giving you multiples. Which brings me to this tutorial and why I'm talking about the importance of learning a head swipe to headstand. I actually got the idea for this video late last night. One of my Instagram followers sent me this DM, and in this DM he basically alludes to that he can't get enough height in his head swipe to stay up. He's turning and cutting really low. Although he can make it, look, this is the video that he sent me. Although he can make it, he finds it hard. So I wanted to make a tutorial for you guys on doing the head swipe to headstand. And the reason being is because when you can head swipe from flat to a headstand, which is 90 degrees vertical pretty much, all of the moves in between you now have access to, because you can now get the height. As long as you have those moves, so as long as you have a baby freeze, as long as you have a way to stand up, maybe you have 1 or 2 power moves like swipe, for example, maybe flare, you can now do all of those moves from the head swipe. Once you can do it to standing, why not to swipe? All you'd have to do is put 1 foot down instead of 2 and then kick straight into a swipe. As long as you have a swipe, of course. But if you haven't got a swipe, I've already made a tutorial on that, which you can learn from here. If you're liking this video so far, give it a thumbs up. And if you made it this far into the video and you're still not subscribed, you know what to do, guys. Subscribe to the channel. The message I shot back to him was basically that he needs to learn how to go on top of his head and look behind himself. And this is literally how we do the head swipe. Once you get the height in your head swipe, i.e. going from head swipe to headstand, you can now come down. You don't have to stay in headstand. You can easily transition down to baby freeze, because going high will give you more time to swing into a freeze or swing into another move in transition. He was literally asking how he can get higher to go to a freeze. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a tutorial and I'm gonna cover all of the basic breaking categories, which are to standing, to footwork, to freeze, and to power. So once someone sees the value in learning the head swipe to headstand, they will make sure that they train it. So once they've got the first one, then they've got it to a basic baby freeze, then they've got it to maybe a multiple head swipe. Now it's time to start going up a level. So we're gonna get it to headstand, which will then give us access to going upside down. So we can go from the ground to our head, straight upside down. If we don't wanna go upside down, maybe we wanna go to standing. We'll go from the ground to head swipe to standing. Same thing, it's to power or to footwork. So what's the next stage after you've got it to headstand and you can do it to maybe 1 or 2 moves? The next stage is to make drills out of them. What do I mean by drills? Here, I'm gonna show you. thinking, AJ, I don't have those drills. Like, I don't understand how to do them. I get it. If we talk about what makes up a head swipe, then hopefully it will really drive the point home. So with my other previous 2 videos that I've made and this video, it should really, really nail it home. So the head swipe, what is a head swipe? It's a head bridge. It's a floor track, i.e. the beginner's head swipe that I taught before. It's a stab freeze, which moves into a baby freeze. The baby freeze then becomes a power move, or to standing, or to footwork. Once you have the basis of the head swipe down and you can catch it on your arm, and if you catch it high, you'll have enough time for your hips to come down and swing through to any move that you want, as long as you have those moves that follow. A good place to start would be the baby swipe. The baby swipe makes the most sense as it's the easiest, as it's footwork. You go straight into baby swipe, into your footwork. Here's a drill for that. So as you can see with these drills, I'm making them a part of my dance. Obviously, I'm not going to do the drills and perform the drills exactly like this in a competition. There would be no point. But if I was to use that transition just once into something else, it would work. So how do we go from head swipe to headstand? Okay guys, little pro tip, not really about the tutorial, just something to be mindful of. So for example, my floor, I haven't polished it in a minute, so it's a little bit sticky, a little bit friction. It's got a little bit of friction to it, hence why you see me switching between this and not having the hat on in the videos, because I'm not really too sure which one's more slippery or not. Also, I don't want to lose my hair. So when you're trying some of these transitions or some of these drills from the head swipe, you have to remember that you're on your neck, so you will get a little bit of tension. Like my neck is quite tense now from trying these and fighting against the floor, when really I should have just polished it. That is a rookie mistake, and yeah, just don't repeat my mistakes. Make sure that the floor is somewhat smooth, not too polished where you're slipping and dying, but relatively smooth floor is probably the best place and the safest place for you to practice your head swipe. Because now I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time after the tutorial stretching my neck, and it's a rookie mistake. So just be mindful of that, guys. Okay, before even getting on your head, you need to mobilize, you need to warm up your neck. So you're going to go with your back straight, you can do it standing as well, it's up to you. And you're going to lean side to side, you're going to lean to the side, use the muscles in your neck to pull your head down towards your ear, your head down towards your shoulder, your ear towards your shoulder, and you're going to go back. And then you're going to go to the other side, like so. And you're going to go back again, and you're going to do this around 10 times. Hello, Xander.
Hello.
Come say hello. Hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
To the camera. Say hello to the camera.
Hi,
say hello to YouTube.
Hello.
What are you doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. Daddy's filming. Daddy's filming. Touching the camera. I know it's not funny.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Look outside.
You want to go outside?
Yes.
Okay, we can't go outside just yet. Huh? Did you have a nice sleep?
Yes.
Okay. Freeze. Wow. I want to say it's easy, but we know it's not really easy because I struggled with this a lot myself. The trick is that you've got to look over your head. Why, AJ? Why look over your head? I'm going to tell you why. When you're placing your head on the floor and you're only thinking about head swiping to baby freeze, you're probably going to just head swipe around the head like a halo position. Now, what you really want to do to get to the headstand is you need more height. So that means you need to go onto the top of your head. By looking over, looking for example, the camera, you can see that I'm now already on a higher position than I was if I was looking at the ceiling. If I'm looking at the ceiling, my head's here. But if I'm looking to look behind me, my head is now here, curving my back more, thus giving me a more secure placement on my head, bringing my hips higher and giving me more time for their hips to come down or to stay where they are. So if you haven't guessed already, this is not a tutorial on how to head swipe. I've made that tutorial. You can check that out, as I've already mentioned. If you've missed the card at the top, it's linked in the description down below. So do go and check that out before you get upset and dislike the video. I have made that tutorial. It's there and it's really good. And I've also made the multiple head swipe tutorial, which is also really good and really detailed. This tutorial is for those who have the head swipe, who have it to baby freeze and just want to get a little bit more height and make the move a little bit easier. It's also to highlight the next stages once you've got the head swipe, because once you've got it to baby freeze, that's not the end, guys. That's not the end. You want to be conditioned, you want to be strong, you want to have more options within the moves that you have. Okay? If you ever played b-boy the game, you've got to unlock the new options of ways that you can flow and connect your moves together. This is no different. You're going to connect your head swipe with more moves. And we can break those moves down into simple categories. Standing, power, freezes, footwork. Boom! Sun is in my eyes. You've already got the head swipe, so I'm going to be brief here and just talk about the difference between going from head swipe to baby freeze, getting higher, to head swipe to headstand, which is the goal of this video. So normal head swipe. If I'm looking this way, I can easily go to baby freeze. I turned around, realizing the baby freeze would go the wrong way. Aesthetics, guys, aesthetics. If I just stay looking at the ceiling and I head swipe, I can make it to baby freeze. Okay? But I'm kind of low. To get higher, I have to look over. I have to look to the window. I've got another angle, which I'll show you where I look at the camera kind of thing. But then obviously the headstand is my back is to you. So I'll show you here where I can talk to you guys and explain it a little bit better. Now I'm going to look over. You see already, when I start to look here, I can now see this part of the wall, okay? Or the window, I should say. That's before, so I'm looking over before I've even prepped. When I prep and I get the height from my foot, I can go even higher onto my head, all right? I should really film this in slow speed so you guys can see as well. I'll try and film that in slow speed, all right? But here we go. I'm looking over this way. See how easy that was? See how easy that was? As breakers on our journey to discovery and getting better and learning more about this craft and culture, what tends to happen is we encounter the same problems. So the problems that you're going to encounter are probably the same problems that I've encountered, and the same for every b-boy or breaker that's come before, that pursue a certain thing or a certain style or a certain move, etc., etc. So the problems are always the same. If you send me your footage and ask a very specific question, either via Instagram, via Facebook, or email, which is here, you can send me your footage here. Ask a very specific question, and I will do my best to answer your question when I get time or when I get around to it. If I feel that it's a real burning question that everyone's going to encounter, I might even make a tutorial about it like I have done for this gentleman. I hope you've enjoyed these tips, guys, of mastering the integration of the head swipe. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe if you are new. Like the video if you like it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Stay fresh, stay clean, and I'm going to see you soon. Peace.